Hello Seawolves and welcome to the show. You're probably thinking what's happened to the usual backdrop, but today I'm on the boat doing some odd jobs here today that need doing, so but not to worry because I do have a cup and some lovely coffee here. So I hope you have a good one also. Almost, I think 2 more days until I get my actual Seawolf mug. I really can't wait, but until then this will do. And I guess in Europe a lot of people that really need, a good cup of coffee and to, relax a little bit with everything that's going on. So, this one is for all you people who have had some bad news today, I would say. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's hope that helps. Let's hope that makes it a little bit better, right? And I do actually have some good news to start the show with, and that is the fact that I just heard, this is really like fresh off the press, it's not even on the Vendee Globe site itself yet, that are very good. Sam Davies has restarted her race. I mean, technically, of course, she's no longer in the actual Vendee Globe, not competing. But about an hour ago, she left the marina in Cape Town, where her boat Initiative Skur was docked. You will see some lovely video of it here as I'm speaking. And the idea is that they're sea trialing the boat because, of course, they fixed the box that the keel ram is in because it was torn and there was quite some damage. But they replaced everything dried. All the different experts who looked at it said we are ready to go. And just as an extra safety precautions, there are several people, I think too, with her on the boat right now who are helping her to kind of get out of the marina and sail a bit and do a bit of sea trial just to make sure that the boat is 100% a-okay. And then they will get on a motorboat on a rip and they will go back to the marina, and Sam will stay on the boat and continue her way. So just wanted to say also to her team who are probably watching that the Seawolves are with you, and I think it's very commendable what she's doing to keep in the race for her charity in order to do the thing really that she promised she would do with this race, keeping her promises, whether that means that she gets to win or even compete for the win or not. What she's doing now is really for the charity, and I think that's very cool. And so we'll have to see how she will do. Obviously, if you saw my conversation with her 2 shows previous, she's going to be sailing a lot more careful. She doesn't have to push the boat so hard. She mentioned that especially at first in the Southern Ocean, and while she's still near the Cape of Good Hope, the Cape of Good Hope, that she is not even going to be putting out her foils, just to make sure that she kind of gets through this area where many boats unfortunately ran into something this particular go around, and that once she hopefully builds her confidence again, that she will start to sail a little bit faster. But we'll have to see what happens. In any case, I'm going to keep an eye on it, and when updates come in, I'm definitely gonna mention it here on the show. So no worries, we're not forgetting about Sam. We're gonna keep her updated, and I actually texted a little bit before she left, and also on behalf of all of you of the Seawolves, I told her that we're all with her, and she says thank you. So that's what I have to say about Sam Davies today, and I guess good news that she's back on her way. Then some news on the American Cup. Don't worry, I will get to the Vendee Globe after. Not much going on, but they did do today all of the technical testing. So the America's Cup is of course very complex in the production of the show element, let's say, because they are relatively short race courses, so it's really like an in-lake or an inshore race with a set course with certain buoys that they have to get around, and of course they have to film all this with drones and helicopters because it's really a big TV production now. And so today they kind of tested all of the electronics and all of the systems and cameras and all of the kind of production side of the whole thing to make sure that they could do the race and everything works, the communication works, all of that stuff, especially, you know, with the whole Corona thing, you know, going on, and people having to, you know, think constantly about distancing and all these different things. So a pretty big operation, but apparently that was all a success. So they're confident that you know, the production can go on and everything will go smoothly, you know, with the first race in 3 days. So I guess that's good news from the American Cup, and that's pretty much it as far as what there is to talk about for the America's Cup today. And so that brings us to the Vendee Globe. So let's dive into the screen and take a look what's going on. So let's start our look at the current state of the Vendee Globe in reversed order again. I kind of enjoy that, and one thing that's very I guess nice to see is that you know, one of our favorites, Jeremy Bijou, of course, has overtaken 1 or 2, depending a bit on how you look at it, more boats, thereby placing himself now in 22nd. So he's been, you know, 26th most of the time, and now has moved up 4 places, with basically in this current group only Kajiro Shirashi still ahead of him. And yeah, when we look at the speed, of course, he still has this this mainsail that he fixed earlier in the race, but is not able to really push the boat fully. And we see also right now that yeah, Jeremy's average speed is just a lot, basically 2, sometimes 3 knots higher than everybody else in this group. And you know, with the wind prediction like this, it pretty much looks like let's look for the next 24 hours. Yeah, so for now, he's going to have a pretty good wind. They had that window where the wind was more or less against them. That's kind of sort of ending now, and it seems to be moving more towards their favor. So the exact prediction of yesterday really didn't come true. Interesting that that still you know, happens a lot. And in the evening, they're just going to get really, really good, you know, quite powerful wind, and then it's going to slow down again over tomorrow, and going to get, as you can see, quite light towards the end of Wednesday. And you know, by now they will probably be already have passed through this kind of high pressure that we're seeing now, so they'll be on the other side of this, and then they will get you know, the problem of having wind more or less completely from the wrong direction, and they'll have to fight their way through this. So that'll be quite something. And yeah, Jeremy is 100% going to have to deal with that also. So they're probably going to be more or less forced to either keep tacking through this as slow as it goes, or go up quite a bit and hope that they can, you know, get themselves, you know, into here. But as that progresses, is also not necessarily, you know, as you can see, ideal. So yeah, there's going to be some real tactical sailing, and eventually, I'll zoom out a little bit for you guys to have a bit more of an overview. And eventually, you know, this is going to kind of get in their way also. So good for Jeremy that he won a few places, but as far as the upcoming weather, not very favorable to them. Then let's move on to the next group, which of course has a Medaglia, Pip Hare in it. And let's see, we also have Didac Costa here, and who else do we have here? Group Setin, Manuel Cousin. So they're in good wind right now. Pretty good conditions, and that's going to get a lot stronger. So again, see how it changes. Yesterday it looked like they were pretty much going to be stuck for a while, and you know, all of a sudden it just completely changes, and we see that they have actually very strong wind that's going to be, you know, moving with them a little bit more to the east and to the south. And it's going to more or less give them a lot of power. And then all of a sudden, so I'll actually play this in animation so you can see a little bit better, because it moves, it changes so fast. So this is Tuesday afternoon, and then all of a sudden we see this giant high pressure open up behind that storm, kind of enveloping this whole area, which is, you know, going to have Jeremy and his group in it, and you know, more or less create trouble for everybody. And so the chance for Pip here, you know, who is about here right now, is to, you know, follow the wind that she has right now, follow this strong system, and get ahead, you know, to try to stay ahead of this. And yeah, it's doubtful if she can make it, because she has 24 hours, then it'll catch up. This is literally 24 hours from now. And so her boat speed on average is, I don't think, enough to really stay. Like if you can see, this is actually tomorrow 3 o'clock. This is tomorrow 9 o'clock in the evening, and then it's already really quite far, and by Wednesday it's so far up ahead that it's almost guaranteed going to catch her up. So I would say for Pip, it's run like hell, like, you know, try to get as much speed out of the boat right now to get as far to the east at least as possible, and maybe consider going north a little bit, because this system is mainly going to wreak havoc more to the south, while as you can see a little bit higher to the north there is good wind. And so, you know, it might be advantageous actually for her to look a little bit more to the north in order to avoid this, because I don't think that they're going to make it all the way down there. And staying a little bit higher looks long-term like a better position right now, to me at least. Okay, then we have L'Occitane, who again, very good boat speed, doing 18 knots right now, average 14 over the last 24 hours and about 18 also in the last 4. And yeah, but not really gaining a lot. Like on these two, so Clarice Kramer and who else have we got here again? Oh yeah, Roman Athanasio. He has been gaining on them a little bit, but we do see that yeah, the time that he was really gaining a lot of miles on the head group here, that's really kind of past, because they are having really good wind now and just sailing at very favorable angles. And yeah, so as you can see, really good speeds here, 18, 19 knot average almost over the last 24 hours for a PVA. Yeah, all of the head group here, you know, Yannick Besthaven doing similar, 18, 19.6 over the last 4 hours. So the head group is really fast now, and as we can see, they've made it into that stronger weather, and that's more or less going to you know, keep working for them. So this low they've already passed, that's going to be well behind them. This is tomorrow 3 o'clock, so you know, as long as they stay nicely to the south, they're going to have really good wind. But this kind of, all these kind of lows that you see developing here, that's going to affect almost everybody else. So I think most of the head group are still going to be able to more or less avoid this and get to that same position that the 3 men in front are in right now, and then they'll be able to go further south and just kind of use these winds right around the edge of the ice lines to keep moving in the right direction. But for the rest of the fleet, everybody behind the leaders, and that includes also L'Occitane, they're all going to run into this giant, just you know, high pressure zones that are suddenly opening up just kind of everywhere around this line right here. And so, yeah, it promises to be a couple of intense and very tactical sailing days with sometimes quite a bit of wind, but then suddenly giant high pressures opening up, where, you know, some of the sailors might get stuck for a day and a half before they have relatively good wind again. And that's more or less it for the analysis today. And so I want to take a little time to discuss an interesting, I think very cool idea with you. You see, you know, I obviously like boats. I assume, since you're watching this show, that you like boats as well. Maybe many of you, actually I know for sure that, you know, quite a few of you who are watching this are on a boat right now, or at least you own a boat or have a boat, or perhaps you want a boat, right? So I came up with the idea of another show for the Seawolves channel, which I'm going to call Boats, Boats, Boats. Now you might you know, wonder and say, Florian, why call the show Boats, Boats, Boats? Isn't just boats enough? Well, maybe, but the concept is that I would like to help you guys, or, you know, just entertain you and give you a chance to show your boat here on the Seawolf channel, because all of us, you know, we like to you know, see boats. I always really enjoy, you know, getting on board of other people's boats and kind of seeing what they look like, and, you know, how things are run there, or, you know, experience them sailing even. So I thought, you know, many of you are maybe also stuck in lockdowns or whatever, but many of you can still sail. Some of you are in great weather areas in the world. Others are in cold, rainy areas like me in Amsterdam. But we all enjoy boats, right? And so the concept of boats, boats is that you guys use your creativity to make a fun little video of a maximum of 5 minutes, so maximum 5 minutes, showing us, all of the seawolves around the world, your boat. And you just send it to me via WeTransfer, and yeah, then every once in a while I'll just throw in a nice walkthrough or creative video made by you, the seawolves from all over the world, so we can also build a bit of community. We can see each other's boats, get in touch, and just kind of have fun with that. Maybe there are some of you who actually are in the process of selling your boat, and you just like to show it to the seawolf audience, and maybe there's another seawolf somewhere out there who would love to have your boat, also possible. And so it's a nice way for me to also give a little bit something back. And thinking of the future, I was also thinking that many of you have emailed me or put in the comments that you really appreciate the fact that it's a daily show. So every day, there's a show. And for now, it seems like I'm going to be able to keep up with that for the foreseeable future. So no worries there. But say that there comes a day when I don't have time. I have to deliver art, and I just can't swing it that particular day. It's kind of nice for me also to have as a backup, so that if I need to take a day off, or there's not really so much interesting things going on, which can also happen, then I have boats. And I have just a stack of really great videos made by you of your boats, ready to put on the channel whenever we need it or want it. So yeah, I think it's a good idea. I'd like to try it. I have no idea if you guys are willing to put your creativity to work to that end, but I think it'll be really entertaining. I'd love to see, I'm showing you my boat. I've shown my boat in a previous video. You can look it up, and I'd love to see your boats also, or other interesting boats, if you can get on board and show us something interesting. Maybe you're living in Monaco and you're like, hey, I'm a seawolf, I'm gonna show some cool yachts. It's all cool. Don't do anything illegal, but have fun with it, and send me the videos, and if I think it's good, I'm happy to put it on the channel, and then we all have an extra show. So this is kind of report, Seawolf news, whatever you want to call it, and then we'll have boats as an extra new show for all of us to enjoy. And who knows what other ideas we'll come up with. But it seems like fun to me. So that's the idea. I hope you like it. And if you have a video that you'd like to share, just send a WeTransfer link to contact@seawolvestv.com. And that's more or less it for the analysis today. So yeah, thank you all again for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you're sure that you get the automatic update notification when I put on a new show. And if you want to know more or find other shows and specials, go to seawolvestv.com. We have quite a few nice specials now. I actually organized everything a little bit yesterday also on the YouTube channel, so you can find episodes that contain things about sales, or the specials on the America's Cup or the Jules Verne with more info and background. I kind of grouped all these shows a little bit together, so it's easier to find kind of the extra cool shows and take a look at them. So on seawolves.com, and also if you just check the YouTube channel, there are some categories and different playlists there now, so that's good to know. And yeah, if you want to help out the channel, can spare a few bucks to help me up the quality, invite cool guests. One of the reasons, for example, why we are getting more and more people to write in and help with pictures, all this type of stuff is made essentially possible by you and by your help. So thank you very much for that, and there's many ways to help out, and you can find all of them on seawolvestv.com. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all with a fresh cup of coffee tomorrow.